Big Herc916. Just want to say thank you for everybody who gave me props for going on Fox and sharing my opinion of America's rise on crime. I didn't have a lot of time to get in depth about the topic, but I tried to share a quick overview based on the questions I was given. And then you have people who criticize me for going on Fox, but yet they continue to support all the gangster rappers and other individuals who promote and advocate robbery, crime, violence, and say nothing. These guys get shoe endorsements, clothing endorsements, and what have you by corporate America, and yet nobody has any problems critiquing them. But, because I go on Fox, somebody wants to say something about me selling out, being a coon, and what have you. And it never ceases to amaze me, But I'm going to continue to do what I do. I've stayed strong in my convictions and my position and my stance, helping young people, spreading the message, not entertaining the stupidity. And I'm going to continue to do that with Fresh Out, with Big Herc916. And I know I've helped a lot of people along the way. Somebody said, well, what about the draining of resources in the cities, the jobs and blah, blah, blah. Well, I know several people who have started businesses during all this madness and who have made six figures in the process, picking up, doing trash pickup, doing delivery services, starting automotive detail businesses. There's a lot of people who have made a lot of money, and there are a lot of opportunities out there right now in spite of what they're promoting on mainstream media. So don't let it fool you to think that there aren't anything available for the people, because I know that to sit around and justify that you need to go rob somebody for their watch, broad daylight, smash and grab, stealing from these luxury stores that your parents are supporting, that they're not. And the parents that see these kids coming home with this stuff know that in the long run, they're just setting these kids up to commit bigger crimes, which is going to lead to more time down the road. So if you think you're getting out because of the no bail thing and you're getting an ankle bracelet and you lucked up, it's not a luck up. I've been there, done that. I've experienced the same gateway crimes, and it led to eventually 10 years in federal prison. So I try to give it to you real. And for those who have any issues with me doing anything mainstream media, well, why don't you holler at YouTube for me and tell them to quit shadow banning Fresh Out, because we don't push a negative agenda, that we actually tell young people the real about crime, about the negativity of it, and we let them know that eventually you're going to get caught, and you're going to go sit down in prison, and your child's going to be fatherless. Your mom's not going to have a son, and your wife or girlfriend is not going to have a boyfriend or husband. So why don't you address that? Because I address it every week, and yet I get very little views in the process, because nobody wants to hear that part of it. Nobody wants to hear that, when you promote this stuff, the same, companies that are promoting it are building the prisons so that eventually they'll fill up and they'll have bed space taken care of, and stockholders will be happy. I know the game. I know about Whack and HUD. I know about the prisons contracts with all these private builders, and they need their stock boost, but yet they talk about prison reform. See, a lot of you guys never did your homework. You don't know anything about how this commercial process works, and that they're gonna push so far so that at the end of the day, when they put these draconian laws down, and they could justify taking little Reggie away or little Bobby away for decades because of the outcry that at that point it's too late. See, you should have stepped in and told these little young people that it wasn't cool to begin with, and that just because you have a mask on your face doesn't mean that it's a free-for-all. But a lot of people think it's a free-for-all. They think it's a joke. But these new crime bills that they're going to pass, these conspiracies, these RICOs that they're going to put down on these kids who are just doing stupid stuff, stealing from CVS, stealing sunglasses, stuff that they could work for, and they don't even need, to be honest. But yeah, it's coming, man. It's coming. And I've already told you, man, the trade jobs are crazy right now. If you know anything about fabrication, anything about HVAC, anything about plumbing, you could be a plumber and make $200,000 a year. A plumber. I mean, you could be somebody who's basically doing landscaping. You could make $150,000, $200,000 a year. They do it all the time. I mean, there's people right now who are doing people's yards right now, making that kind of money because there's a big demand. So to say that there's nothing available and that it's justified or these people are frustrated, they're not frustrated. They sit around, they're smoking weed, playing PlayStation or whatever games, and then somebody comes by with an idea. They gather up a bunch of group or they have a meetup and then they go rob. And I'm telling you, I've been there, I've done that. I know, doing stupid stuff, and I didn't get caught, but it led to other things that did get me caught up. So I'm telling you from experience. So whether or not you want to say, oh man, Fox News, really? Yeah, really, man. I don't get opportunities for hardly anything on a mainstream level, let alone on social media, because people want to judge the fact that I'm not out here promoting the victim mentality. I own up. And owning up means that you're a sellout. So take it as it is. I know I'm not selling out because I know the bigger picture. And for most of you guys, you've never been in the system who are making the comments. So you know nothing about juvenile hall. You know nothing about California Youth Authority. You know nothing about the federal pen, nothing about the politics, nothing about not having homies with you, family coming to visit you, having to ride on your own, having to own up to your actions. Because at the end of the day, I couldn't blame anybody but myself for the stupidity. Because even when you're doing the crimes and you can sit there and say, oh, I really needed that, you know in your heart of hearts that it's not right. So save it, man. I'm going to continue. And hopefully other opportunities arise from this so I can get on a mainstream platform and speak on something that the people need to hear, that America needs to hear, because there's too much of the bullshit being pushed and nobody says anything, and you applaud the guys who are always putting the in the camera, shouting out and doing this and that, and everything they're talking about is basically propagating and promoting death and destruction. But yet they're the winners in this situation, and I'm the bad guy because I wouldn't talk to mainstream media. Go figure that out. I'm gonna keep it 100. Big Herc916. And, subscribe, support to my YouTube, and also Fresh Out, man. This video is brought to you by Amato Enterprise, the best in TV mounting in the Phoenix, Arizona area. They build TV walls, over the fireplace, ceiling mounts, all for as low as $100. Rated #1 in the Phoenix, Arizona area on thumbtack.com. For your TV mounting needs in Arizona, contact Amato Enterprise. Don't forget to stop by the Big Herc916 store and pick you up a sticker for your car, or a patch, or a sticker for your laptop, or maybe a beanie, or read one of the many books that Big Herc916 has authored. You know how we do it. Hello, I'm Big Herc916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.